I often find myself wandering back to a narrow street in my memories, a place called Passage Doisy, number 6, in Paris, France. There, tucked away from the bustle of the city, stood my great-uncle Jacques Fernand Gonin's art studio, a relic of the 19th century that seemed frozen in time. The tall glass panel windows, framed by elegant ironwork, flooded the otherwise dark and cramped space with light, casting a soft glow on every corner of his world. I remember the moment I pushed open that entrance door, its Prussian blue stained glass casting a mysterious hue over the narrow wooden staircase that creaked underfoot. The studio was humble, almost austere, his living quarters squeezed into a tiny kitchen, a lofted sleeping area reached by a rickety ladder. It was a place where life and art collided in the smallest of spaces. From my spot in the worn armchair, I would watch Tante Louise, his constant companion and favorite model, bustling softly in the kitchen. There she was, both muse and caretaker, a quiet presence amid the scattered brushes and half-finished canvases. Towering over us was a painting of her nude, capturing every curve with a tender honesty. Nearby, another showed her draped in an elegant evening gown, radiating grace and mystery. And then there was me, an 18-month-old child, my smile caught forever on a fresh canvas. His silent mannequin seemed to watch over me, a stoic guardian of our family's legacy. That portrait would become part of a cherished series, family portraits that spoke of history, love, and identity. Jacques Fernand Gonin was known as a portraitist of the Salon, painting very fine women of high society with a delicate hand and a keen eye for character. His art graced the walls of the affluent, his name whispered in the parlors of the elegant and elite. Yet, as time passed, he grew old and lonely, especially after Tante Louise died. His adopted daughter Marguerite preserved his letters, fragile pages where he shared stories of his origins, the history woven into his very soul. Visits were rare, precious moments shared by my sister, my mother, and me. We came to check on him, to make sure the coal stove burned bright in winter's chill, to keep his small world warm and alive. Born in one century and passing in another, he lived surrounded by his beloved portraits, a quiet monument to the world of impressionist salons that had once celebrated him. As I closed the door behind me, the echo of his voice lingered in my heart, a bittersweet reminder: do not become an artist. But I did not heed his advice. I, too, became an artist, carrying forward the passion and spirit that ran through our family. Though he warned me, his legacy inspired me, and through my own art, his story lives on. And so, here I am, telling his story, carrying his memory forward, not just as his niece, but as his grandniece, and an artist in my own right. Through the light filtering in those tall windows and the whispers of his paintings, his spirit lives on, timeless and enduring.